On the island of Sodor, the engines were happily resting at Knapford Station. Yo! Who are you? My name is the Rizzler, and I'm ready to rizz some hot up.
Oh god, Toby, you're not even the same. Where's your cow cashers? Why is your roof on backwards? And what are those round things? You can't even recognize yourself. Who are you?
I'm
the future!
And don't worry, guys. The Fat Controller also sent me to tell you guys that you'll get an upgrade soon.
Can we just start the review?
Yeah, Thomas, I want to get away from this.
Yeah, let's start the review.
What's up, people? Welcome to a Josh's Junction review, and by what you saw in that little montage intro, you basically know what this is. This is the 2026 Diecast Toby, and I'm excited to review this. I haven't censored the address. Oh my god. Okay, taking it out of this. Oh my god. Oh my god, he looks so good. Okay, so let's start off with the fact that, so if you saw the skit in the video, you should know that Toby looks like the Rizzler. I'm not even kidding. Someone even did an edit of it when they when I mentioned that. It's actually insane. So okay, so let's go over some nice details. So at the bottom, you got the Mattel logo 3+, and then obviously the beautiful artwork, which, by the way, guys, it's not AI generated. Y'all should know this. It's Matchabox. The people behind this, just look at their other renders. It's actually like they close up these guys. Obviously new for 2026. I don't know what the language is here. I think it's French, or I don't know what this is. But yeah, it says Nueva. I think that's what it stands for, new. But yeah, new 2026 Toby metal. Yeah, metal collection. I think. I don't know what these guys are called. They're just called metal for now. Like, they have this stamp up like on the right. Obviously, the available on YouTube kits, the Thomas and Friends new logo, and the Toby render. And at the back, you get another Thomas and Friends logo, along with all the Wave 1 characters that you can start collecting now. So yeah, these guys should be out in stores. However, I did end up getting mine in a couple of these guys from a scalper. So yet again, I don't encourage you guys to do that, but I did it because it's for the review. I think it's worth it. So with that being said, let's take Toby out of the box. Before we take Toby out of the box, let's do some comparison with the previous release of Toby. So here is his All Engines Go counterpart. So as you can see, the package has been enlarged to get that character card out. But yeah, as you can see, the All Engines Go Toby is over exaggerated, like it's oversized for some reason. But I like that they put more effort on this than this, and that's something that I want to go over it. Let's do that after I open the toy. And finally, here is the size comparison. It's the exact same size with the Toby here, the gay Toby here. But yeah, here is the comparison, and yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, let's start opening Toby. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Toby here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here is our look at Toby. I'm gonna put him on the white background so you can see him better without my fingers getting out of the way. So first, I want to start off by saying that this guy just feels really, really cheap. The entire toy is made out of plastic. The only thing that is diecast is the chassis in the bottom. And here's a look close at the chassis. So it looks like the characters moving forward, they have obviously like their nameplates and this Thomas ticket icon for what it looks like. But yeah, I gotta say, like, unfortunately, I think this is one of the worst one out of them all. Not just by like, obviously like they went all cheap with this one, but for some reason they didn't even bother to fix the top roof. Okay, so that's a problem. The roof, it's backwards. It's not placed correctly. So Toby's chimney should be in front of him. However, in this toy, you can't switch it. And no, the worst part about it is that they made these toys they make sure that you wouldn't customize these toys because they locked you. The toys are locked in with pins. Like, you can't, unless you want to destroy the model, yeah, sure, but like, you can't screw these guys. You can't unscrew these guys unless they're the plastic versions. Either way, someone on Twitter already tried it. Either way, somebody already tried taking this guy apart just to flip the roof, and you can't even like get to the roof part. That's how like these guys are. That's how bad these guys are just locked. like stuck being this. Okay, like for the new show, he looks fine. He is lacking some detail here and back here. I don't think I like the running board, or at least the cow catchers, to be red. I think it's fine, but honestly, like I'll compare it here. I think they were better if they just painted if they just did something here like they did with the Owens Go Toby. Like it's actually kind of sad that they cheaped out on Toby, but yet again, Toby is squared, so I don't see why. I can't complain a lot here. That's another thing, the lack of cow catchers in his left and right side. It's honestly kind of odd. I mean, I think he's okay without them, but like it's a big detail that you were lacking. All Engines Go Toby, like I think he doesn't perform pretty well. I will say that, like the All Engines Go Diecast Toby never performed really well on even its own track. However, like yet again, I think this decision was done to maybe give it a better performance. I don't know. I'm not the best to explain this to you. So here is a comparison size with the All Engines Go Toby, and yet again, these guys are pretty small for what it looks like. And just because like Toby, I know he's over like large, like he's exaggerated with the All Engines Go. However, like according to my friend Soup, he has a Percy review coming soon, which I will link in the description. Apparently these guys scale pretty well with the take along, so I guess they went back to that size. I think this is what they went for. I don't know, but here's the size comparison. Here's the comparisons here. If you guys wanted some comparisons, here you guys go. But yeah, that's the comparison size with Toby. So let's get him out of the way. And now I want to see how this guy will perform in some track systems. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our first track system will be its previous successor, the Trackmaster 2 track. So far, looking pretty good. Okay, that's a problem. Hold on, let me take it out of the tripod. Yeah. Okay, so for what I've seen online, yeah, these guys have issues going through the switches, especially on these parts. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have avoided that, but yeah, I guess that's a problem. It just kind of like derails over the train, or kind of like if you put pressure on it, it's stuck. So yeah, that's not good. But let's keep rolling. So okay, that's another problem. Keep in mind, another thing that you guys gotta keep in mind is that this set, families and like fans overall, they're gonna have this set after buying the Thomas stuff. So if they get this stuff like that right there, like, okay, like a kid could get over it basically, but that's still kind of frustrating. Either way, let's continue. Okay, that must have been me, my bad. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait, he got stuck. Yeah, it looks like the thick side of the tracks will get a lot of the characters stuck. But either way, it's still going, it's still moving forward. Yep, wait, hold on. What the let me get an angle of this. Never mind. And then obviously this guy gets stuck here because of the switch. And oh wait. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't even stick properly on the turntable. See, it's the left wheels are not in there. Oh well. Okay, so performance on this track, and keep in mind this is going to be the previous track in less than like 2 months. If they don't fix this problem with these guys, at least, I don't think like you can really consider compatible unless we're talking Trackmaster, which that's obviously gonna fit because this is kind of what it's meant for. But you know, these guys don't fit on this track really good. Well, in some sections, but regardless of it, it's still good. I think it's still good for this toy. Our next track system is a little outdated, but I think it's still worth checking out. I don't have Toby, so I won't be doing that. But oh, okay. Wait, he actually like feels a little bit smoother here. I think he likes this track better. Yeah, it runs perfect. I do want to guess I don't have the stoppers, but most likely, like Trackmaster over here, he will be getting stuck in some sections of track. So don't expect it to be as good as you see in this review. And this is basically all I don't have enough track of this, so I don't yeah, I can do a proper review on that. But yeah, I mean, he runs fine. Okay, well, he runs pretty good on like the previous track system, and obviously it's gonna run great on its own track system, which I will review that. But yeah, pretty good. Good job, Toby. Overall, what do I give this Toby? My final qualification regarding this Toby is that, you know, it's a good move. Like, it's a good product for obviously the new line, the upcoming show, and I think it qualifies everything besides obviously like some track compatibility and the fact that this guy's just fully made out of plastic. But I think for what it is, I think it's decently good. It's yet again the roof, but I think it's pretty good for what it's supposed to be, a toy. And I could see it like lasting a long legacy if like an owner even wants to keep him for that long, or if the show's even that good. But yeah, Toby passes my review. And yeah, besides, even though he has some quality flaws like the roof and obviously like some non-painted details, I think he's still pretty good. So overall, I'll give Toby a 7.9 out of 10 for his review here. And don't worry guys, we'll be getting more characters, so expect that soon. But yeah guys, this was my final review with Toby. Let me know what you guys think.
I'm the toughest truck around! Whoa, too fast, Gosh! I'm falling! Help!
There's no one like any other, the toughest truck around, and welcome to another Josh's Junction review. And today we're going to be reviewing the toughest truck around. No Troublesome Truck, mark that shit out. It's called the toughest truck around because he is the toughest truck around. So first, let's start off with the obvious, the box. So this is our first look at the Troublesome Trucks in the new show. The reason that he's yellow, because he's the toughest truck around. That's why. As you can see, you have the Thomas and Friends logo, the Troublesome Truck name. Yet again, that's not his name though. He's the toughest truck around. You have the Metal Collection logo, Nebula or new for 2026, and then you have the YouTube Kids logo at the top, and obviously the 3+ and the Mattel logo. And at the back, you get to see more copyright information that nobody gives a shit about. Every dumb character in here that's not tough. However, the toughest truck around, he is there. So he is the toughest truck around. All right, so with that being said, let's start opening this guy because he's so tough. And ladies and gentlemen, toughest truck around in my hands. I feel so tough. So as you can see, so let's start off with a couple of his details. So number one, his face is pretty good modeled, I gotta say. He has blue eyes and obviously the yellow all over him. I kind of don't like that he's just beyond yellow. They could have painted the rivets right here, but I guess they chose not to. But yet again, who cares, because this is the toughest truck around. This better be a main character or something in the new 2026 show. But yeah, at the bottom, you can't customize it. He has bolts, obviously, but yeah, the toughest truck around, and his ticket right here. Wheels feel pretty good. Here is the inside of the truck, so you can put cargo. However, it doesn't really come with cargo, or like the previous releases of the original truck, but who cares? Who needs cargo when you're the toughest truck around? So unfortunately, I still don't have Thomas or Percy, or one of the main characters that you would love to see, but I still have the ship lock right here. So you can see he's pulling around. Toby's feeling, you know, cool and tough. And he just couple. But yeah, this is the size comparison. This is how at least it looks right next to Toby. I honestly wish I had other characters to compare it, but yeah, so far we got Toby, and yeah, what can I say? He is the toughest truck around. Now, if you excuse me, let's take this guy on a tour quickly and have one of the motorized pull it.
I'm the toughest truck around!
So here is the toughest truck around. So first, I want to mention that yet again, because of the old Trackmaster track, he will have some issues going through some switches. But yet again, let's get to what we were here for. Let's watch him run. So here we got Percy. By the way, update on Percy, I was able to fix him. All he needed was lubricant. So yeah, Percy is back to working order. So yeah, good update on that. Here's the size comparison compared to a motorized. Honestly, I don't think he looks that bad as a rolling stock piece. I think he looks really well. I think they size up a little good. I don't know, but I think they're cool. Yeah, no, I think it's fine for a motorized to pull these. They don't look as bad as I thought they would, but that's just my opinion. With that being said, let's just go.
I'm the toughest truck around.
He is really tough. Look at that. He's gonna go here. Let's see if he can resist that. Yep, he resisted through the switch. Moving along. He's enjoying it. Oh yeah. And I think he's enjoying it. He's enjoying it. He likes it. Oops. Alright, let's bring him to a stop. And yeah, that's the toughest truck around, going around the layout. I think it looks pretty good right next to a motorized. Well, not as good, but I think you can make a pretty good, fun train out of the toughest truck around. Or heck, even multiple of the toughest trucks around. Let's get back on the... Let's get to our final conclusion. Alright, so my final conclusions with the toughest truck around. So, first I want to say he is a great item. I still don't know about the yellow color scheme, but I guess that's what makes him unique. I don't know, he could be a unique character in the show, because for what it looks like, the new show will have a trucks versus steamies and trains rivalry again, which is very nice to see. So maybe that's why they're trying to differentiate. Like, who knows? Maybe this guy is someone important in the lore. Who knows? And maybe that's why he's yellow. And keep in mind, Scrofy is back in the show. He does have a diecast too, so that could hint to something else. But yeah, overall, I'll give the toughest truck around a good whopping 9.5 out of 10. It's better than the Toby, I gotta say, because at least this guy is fully made out of diecast. The only plastic thing being here is just the face and obviously the chassis and the wheels, but unlike Toby, he's not fully plastic. He is metal. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the toughest truck around. Let me know what you guys think about this character down in the comments.
I'm so tough.
Oh, Percy, these new motors make me feel weak.
I know, Thomas. It's like if there wasn't any quality control on these things.
Oh, look at you, enjoying your poor quality control. Ha, imagine not being me.
Diesel, I was looking for you. All right, new year, new you.
Wait, what? No, it's not even July.
Oh, look at the little baby. Yeah, with his little cute little purple eyes.
Guys, you're not funny.
Hey, you might want to slow down that curve.
What? Oh, silly steamers.
He's a mysterious diesel. Hi everybody, welcome to another review at Josh's Junction, and today we're going to be reviewing the new 2026 Diecast Diesel. So first, obviously, let's start up with the box. So obviously, nice packaging. You got the Thomas and Friends logo, only available on YouTube Kids. You got the big title card for 2026, the big render of Diesel, which I gotta say, it's not as bad as I thought it was when I first saw this. I think it's unique now that I have it in hand. The metal logo, and at the back, you got obviously all the Wave 1 characters that you can start collecting, and all this copyright information that we don't give a crap about. Anyways, with that being said, let's get Diesel out of his box. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Diesel out of his box. So our friend Diesel here is looking very mischievous, and I would like to comment on the face expression. I gotta say, it's pretty good. At least it's not a very happy Diesel. You know, nobody likes happy Diesel. This is just meant to be this grumpy character. So yeah, I don't know if he's just trying to be mischievous, or is he trying to mute? I don't know. One thing that I kind of don't like about this model is the running board. Even though in the render it does show that he has a red running board. On the motorized, it really doesn't show that. So I don't know what's going on. It's either that these guys, yet again, they're based on the renders more than the actual show models. So I don't know, it could be that. I mean, I'm not quite sure about it. I don't know how to feel about it. What do you guys think? Let me know that in the comments. I heard a lot of people say that they does remind them of their childhood diesel, the take along one to be specific. And to that I'll say yes, he is quite like that. And obviously the new engines now use magnets. Here is the toughest truck around from our previous review. And yeah, there you go, see the connect. So you can have diesel, shunt, and coaches, or heck, take the toughest truck around the house. But yeah, at the bottom you have his nameplate. You have diesel, and yet again that Thomas ticket, which I still don't know what quite it represents. Still trying to figure that out. And obviously you can't customize these guys because no, Mattel won't let you. Something that I noticed is that there's a little box square here at the back of the chassis. I'm not sure if Diesel had that in the past. Probably he did. I'm just being silly. It's been a while since I've seen like an actual render of Diesel, or even all the diecast Diesel. So yeah, his eyes are purple. I should have mentioned that in the face. I should have mentioned that when I was describing the face, which is yet again carry out from All Engines Go. And the wheels are silver instead of fully on black. I don't know what's going on there. Honestly, I wish they gave them the same color as Toby. Just make them a little darker. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that, but it's whatever. It's like James, for example, that they never bothered to give James fully on black wheels until like the take along thing happened with him. But yeah, I gotta say, overall, I think Diesel, he is great. And now let's give him a test on the track. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and here is Diesel on the layout. So let's start off, as always, oops, it's gonna get stuck here because these guys just don't like the thick edges of the track. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's okay. This one, okay, he's running into more issues than Toby and the toughest truck around. Speaking of him, let's have him pull him. Let's have him pull some cargo. Why not? God, they really don't like this track. Down the hill, and obviously it's stuck here, but don't worry. And yet again, oh god, okay. They just don't like the track. Alright. Over here, he's gonna get, never mind, he's gonna get stuck. Oh god, derailment over here, that's not good. Gets stuck there, yet again, thick track sections. And here we go. Now let's have our friend Thomas pull him, because why not? They can be really useful together. Going up in the hill. Thomas is struggling a little bit. These guys are a little heavy, especially Diesel. Oh, Diesel got him stuck. Uh-oh. Wait, Thomas, go back! He left the toughest truck around. Oh no! That's not tough, Thomas. And yet again, he got stuck in. Oh my god. Yeah, it's not good running, but it's kind of what you expect with this old stuff. All right, so what's my final thoughts on Diesel? So I gotta say, Diesel is a absolute great model. Yet again, he has the same issues with the old track where these guys just cannot clear switches or anything that's thick on the rails. But otherwise, I think these guys are cool. Detail-wise, I mean, I'm still having complaints about the red running board. But if that's a show thing, I can completely dismiss that. Overall, I'm gonna give Diesel 10 a good 7.9 out of 10. Good job, Diesel. But anyways, guys, this concludes the review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. All aboard, and I'll see you guys later. I swear I'm not burnt.
So Harold, what's your opinions regarding the engine incidents? Counting or not counting diesel fuel engines? Great! Oh my god! Harold!
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be reviewing the new 2026 Metal Collection Harold. Now, we can all agree on something when we see the render, right? He looks like Charlie Kirk. I'm not even kidding. Either way, unfortunately, this review will have to be a short one because honestly, there's not enough to talk about this dude. He is just a helicopter at the end of the day. So let's start off with the box render. Obviously, he looks a little odd and he looks similar to, you know, Charlie Kirk, and it's been getting memed on because of that. And then you have the 2026 logo. Hey, you have his name, his new Metal Collection, the new Thomas and Friends logo, and obviously the content viewable now on YouTube Kids. By the time I'm recording this, the push along, sing along something came out. Obviously the the Mattel logo. At the back, you have the standard, the standards as everyone else. You have the characters that you can collect, at least for Wave 1, and then all the copyright info that nobody gives a shit about. So with that being said, let's take Harold out of the box. And ladies and gentlemen, oh, there is the Kirkinator here. Okay, so here is Harold. So I gotta say, first impressions, he is really good actually. So all this body right here, on the black parts, this is plastic. So yeah, I just thought you should know. And the white over here, it's all diecast. This is the only diecast part from this toy. He has a decent weight. He is pretty heavy. He doesn't have details here. He's missing a lack of details on the windows, but that's completely fine. And then you have the face, which looks really, I don't know, it just looks really bad. But you know, I think it'll be better once it's animated in the show. So maybe that's what it needs. We just need to see how this face looks animated. And finally, you have the propellers, which are fully functional. And yeah, they spin. It's actually a decent spin. Not bad. And I think. Wait, can you do the effect where you blow on them? Oh yeah, look at that. They work in the wind, so that's gonna be fun for a kid that wants to, you know, make this thing look like he's flying, and all he has to do is just. Yeah, you get the point. Whee! But yeah, that's all I pretty much had to say about Harold here. He's not as special. He doesn't really have a magnet. I wish he had a hook, like I don't know, like other variations. Oh wait, I should mention the bottom. The bottom is nothing different. It's just Harold and the Ghislaine and the ticket. But that's pretty much it. That's all he has going on. But they should have at least maybe put a hook on it, like somewhere in the bottom. I'm not sure. They could have done some fun things with this, but I guess not. But you know what? It's fine for a $4.99 toy either way. Yeah, I can't wait to see how this guy turns out on the new show, and hopefully he does more than the other one did. And hopefully it pays off for him looking like Charlie Kirk. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Overall, a rating that I'm going to give this guy is a whopping 5 out of 10. Because he doesn't do much. He is a helicopter and his design is not the best looking. But it's whatever. Well, yeah, that's all I had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's favorite tomboy, Rosie here. Alright, so Rosie is actually a model that I've been kind of exciting to make an unboxing to, because I really like Rosie's design. Rosie's design is actually amazing. So for one thing, I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with her in the new show, because for what I can tell, she might be becoming a main. Finally! They promised this before the Blubba era happened, and they didn't do absolutely nothing with her. They even went at the point to redesign her character, and they didn't do anything until now. She is now back in the series, and let's just pray that she is a main now. So looking at her packaging, we have her beautiful render. I'm not quite sure about the eyebrows yet, but that's something that we can get used to. New 2026 Rosie Metal Thomas and Friends, available on YouTube Kids, as you know. At the bottom, I never pointed out, but the Magnic logo in the back of the Magnic, and 3+ and the Mattel logo. And if we turn it around, we have all the characters of Wave 1. I almost have the entirety except you, number 1 engine, and all the copyright crap that we don't care about. So with that being said, let's take her out of her box. My finger! ladies and gentlemen, Rosie. Okay, so here is Rosie, and I gotta say Mattel went all out for this one, or their entire brand, to be honest. I think this is her best diecast yet. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it looks really good proportion. Let's see, her backlighting, I don't know what the square is. I know she's based off of some American design, I just forgot which one. NWR, I don't know if her original design had that. It probably did. On the top of her, there's really not much detail, and on her front, her lamp is painted, so that's really cool. It's not painted on the sides, and it's molded to the stack, but that's whatever. And then you have her face. Her whole character has always been a tomboy. Like, she's always been trying to be, like, you know, the tomboy character. I think they achieved that with that expression. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But overall, I gotta say, she looks really good. Now, for some reason, I think she's gonna have a plastic version, or, I don't know. At the toy fair, they had a prototype, which was much detailed than this. So I don't know if it's either a plastic version or it's yet again a prototype, who knows. In the bottom of her, you have her name, Rosie, molded in the chassis. You have the Thomas ticket and the rivets that keep her entire chassis and body locked. Rib custom modelers. I mean, I really like her design. It's awesome. It gives her a lot of charm, and here is in comparison to her with the motorized Thomas, the 2026 motorized. Pretty cool, am I right? And let's get her together with Diesel here. They scale pretty good, I gotta say. And the magnets, obviously, they're decently strong in some cases. Yeah, but her magnets they're strong. But yeah, Rosie, pretty good addition. Welcome to the collection. And now let's go on to everybody's probably favorite side of the video, the run test. Let's see how she runs on Trackmaster 2 track, because I still don't have the new track. I'm sorry about that, guys. So here's Rosie, and funny enough, I was filming another video on my other channel, and I found the reusable for Rosie, and just look at the comparisons. It's actually insane. But anyways, let's get this one out of the way, and let's test her new one. And problem here, as always, these engines just don't like the thick side of the tracks. And obviously, and I see a lot of this in the comments, I know it's not their track, but you gotta understand that they're trying to make the new track and this track compatible. And if it's not compatible with these, I don't know what to tell you. And then down the hill she goes. Obviously, thick side of the track here, so get stuck. And she kind of derailed there. Again, switch. Again, thick rail. And that's the spin with her. And now let's have her be taken around the barrel delivery set with 2026 Thomas. So let's go. Thomas kind of fast today, isn't it? So far doing good. No derailment. Not stopping Thomas. Okay, that kind of slowed him down, but he's fine. Still going at it. And yep, he got stuck there, but he went through it. Alright, let's stop you there, Thomas. And yeah, that's Rosie's run on the layout. I can't wait to get the new track so I can actually do a proper test on some of these guys. But yeah, there's Rosie, guys. Alright guys, if you can't tell, it's the next day. I forgot to record this section of the review as I was editing it, as you can see over here. As always, we did a running test and an aspects test on her, and I gotta say, she is a pretty good model. She represents a lot her show counterpart. She's lacking some detail, but I don't blame them. I don't think a printer could really reach there. But otherwise, I think she's a really good model. Now, my final score for this model is a good 9.8 out of 10. She's just that good. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned because we still got 2 more characters to review.
Don't even trick, dog.
Welcome everybody to Josh's Junction, and today, finally, and our last one, we'll be reviewing the brand new 2026 Diecast Percy. Now, I am pretty much really late for this review, but I still wanted to deliver it because I'm finally done with the main collection. Unfortunately, I still don't have Thomas, and I think I'm gonna wait a little bit until he comes out in retail, or I get him on the set to properly review him. But anyways, so let's start with the obvious. So Percy's one of my favorite ones, and he's been getting memed on for this mug face. It's literally Don't Even Trip Dog. He is the Don't Even Trip Dog. Okay, but seriously, overgoing packaging. We got the new 2026 logo indicating that these are new for the 2026. Duh. You have the 3+ made by Mattel, the Magnic logo indicating that they have Magnics. No shit. Then you have the Thomas and Friends logo with the YouTube Kids advertisement to go watch out Thomas and all that shit. And obviously at the back you got the collectibles that you can collect for Wave 1. And if you've seen the channel, you know that we have majority of these, but our friend Thomas. So with that being said, let's take Don't Even Trip Dog out of his box.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Don't Even Trip Dog, I'm sorry, Percy, outside of his box. So, okay, so let's go. Alright, so let's go over some aspects that I will like about Percy. So, number one, he is a really good model. I think out of the diecast, his bases are really good. He has his buffers, not painted, unfortunately, his lamp, and coal bunker, which is molded into the cab, which I think is pretty cool. For some reason, this is something really weird in that he's lacking. For some reason, the dome in the diecast model is not painted. However, in the plastic version that the set, the Percy bucket that's gonna release soon, he has his dome painted and I think even molded. So I don't know why they couldn't do that with the diecast. If they could get the red printing in here, I don't know how it come they couldn't get the yellow part there. It's just, I don't know, it's a really weird decision, a really weird choice, but it's whatever. And at the bottom you have Percy, obviously the Thomas ticket to indicate that it's a Thomas product, if you couldn't tell. And since Mattel hates us fans customizing their stuff, we are unfortunately locked from customizing this guy. So yeah, unless you're not the plastic version, you can't customize these. And obviously the copyright info. If you guys can tell me when mine was made, let me know. I think that'll be a fun thing to do for you guys to figure it out. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about Don't Even Trip Dog. I think he is pretty cool. Now let's go take him on my giant layout with the other trains and give him a proper run through. So let's do that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here is Don't Even Trip Dog, but instead of the classic barrel delivery set that we usually do, we now have a giant layout that I built for a specific video. And yeah, we're gonna have him go through, heck, even that. So yeah, let's start our journey right here. And look at all his buddies. Unfortunately, they couldn't have this much fun because they weren't around when this set or this layout was built. But he's going to be the first one to experience. So first we're going to do a solo test. As obvious, the track, yet again, thick sides of the track, he will be stuck. So oops, there you go, we are stuck a little. He's a little stiff there, but it's okay. We're going to get out. And oh, there you go, we can't go over switches. They can't clear switches for some reason, even though they're supposed to be compatible with the previous line. So far, smooth running. And oh, there you go. It gets stuck because of the thick side, the thick rails right here. It's gonna go over the ramp. Watch it go. And it got stuck. Is that because the rail's not thick here? And oh no, I have to get a motorizer now. Go ahead and get Thomas to rescue him a little bit because I can't reach back there. I forgot I couldn't reach back there. Going. He derailed the other Thomas. Whoops. Let's get him out of here. All right, continue with our path. Over this station. Over this hill. Hi, Owen.
Don't even trip, dog.
Oh, Toby! It looks like Toby and the toughest truck around is blocking our path. However, with this logic here and these new toys, we can just do what the YouTube series does. The YouTube series did that, I swear. chugga, 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 and it gets stuck here, especially. God, that's a thick switch. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. Oh, he derailed. Chugga, 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 chugga. Clears that out, and there he is. He made it through half of the place. He got stuck over there, but Thomas came to rescue him. Let's do what the YouTube series does, where they just put like the Trackmaster cargo in them, and let's get Thomas to push him. Why not? All right, there he goes. Chugga, 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 chugga. A little heavy, but he's doing it. He's gonna do it. Come on, Thomas. Don't even trip, dog. Is he gonna? Yeah, he derailed a little bit, but hey, he made it to the hill at least. Yo, we'll take the blue truck out. He doesn't need that. It's going through the bend. I knew it. He was getting stuck there because of the thick rail and Percy's wheel arrangement. Toby and the toughest truck around, you're gonna have to switch rails. There he comes. Oh no, derail! Oh no! Okay, he couldn't make it out with Thomas back to Natford, but hey, he did good on the run. Okay, so he is a decent runner, and yet again, I know not their track system, but it's still advertised, and they still make adapters for a reason, so I don't want to hear it. What's it gonna do now? Oh yeah. Don't make fun of me. I know I'm missing half of the step. Chill out. Oh no! Whoa! Hey, he made it. That was fun. Hold on. Dope. Okay, I'm kind of surprised I actually haven't tested this yet. Go, Thomas, go. Hey, it works. Old Trackmaster is compatible afterwards. Will he activate it? Oh yeah, it does, yeah. Awesome. Alright, back to Trip Dog. So, overall, what do I have to say about the Don't Even Trip Dog? Well, I gotta say, he is a decent model. He represents, obviously, his render pretty well, if it wasn't obvious. And honestly, I think it does good as a toy in general. But yeah, proportion-wise, he is amazing, and he is, yet again, lacking some details like the dome. And well, some painted, like the painted whistle in the dome, but that's the thing that it's also implemented with Thomas, so I'm not really gonna complain about it. I think he's a pretty good runner too. He is quite heavy, so he has that good run when it comes to steep hills, which that's been the main focus of Mattel. They've been trying to make these guys really freewheel, or I don't know, really smooth runners, so they can go over the hills pretty good. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I had to say with Percy. Honestly, he's a pretty good toy, and his final score on this channel will be a good whopping 9 out of 10. I just think he's that good. But yeah, that's all I pretty much had to say. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Josh's Junction review, and today we're going to be reviewing none other than the Exploring Tidmouth Yard set. Now, this is probably one of the exciting, or the most exciting that I was waiting to get, because it has a windmill. What can you do without Thomas and the windmill? And obviously Tidmouth Sheds, even though they're 3 birth sheds, but it's okay, I don't mind. So, let's start with the first aspects of the box. So, as you can see, we got new 2026, and then we got a good look at our characters here, a plastic version of Harold and a plastic version of Thomas. This is technically going to be our first time reviewing the closest thing to a diecast Thomas in this channel, so that's exciting. Easy to connect. Also, I'm excited for the new track system. Who wasn't excited for that? A beautiful render of the Thomas here. A picture here so you can get an exact idea of how big the set is. And obviously beautiful box work. I don't know why that's there. And then you have the available on YouTube kits, even though it's the shitty Thomas YouTube content, but who cares? And obviously the logo. At the top, you get another Thomas render over here, pretty cool. At the side, you get everything that contains in this box. Is a total of 16 pieces, not bad. And at the back, more ways to play. And interesting, a character bio. So with that being said, let's start opening the set, and we're gonna look at the small pieces first, and then we're gonna build the set. So let's do that. Alright, so we got our instructions. They're printed in color, and we have a bunch of the set pieces, but let's look at that in a minute. Let's first take out our engines in here. Okay, after a lot of struggle, ladies and gentlemen, here is the plastic versions of the diecast engines that you get on these sets. So you might be wondering, why do they make these out of plastic? What decision was this? So essentially, this saves the factory time to, you know, not having to wait for the diecast, because a diecast, like right here, I got a Diecast Percy. The Diecast Percys are made in Thailand. These guys are made and printed in Vietnam. So it takes the factory, it saves the factory time by, instead of waiting for the Thailand diecast Thomas to arrive to put on the set, it saves them time, and it's better for them if they just make their own version that's just plastic and cheap, and it's gonna come along with the set. So essentially, it's a smart move from Mattel. Is it like a cheap option? Yes, but this is something taken from the Cars line, where any car set comes with a plastic version of that specific car. So it's not just a Thomas thing. I feel like a lot of sets regarding like diecast vehicles do that now, and Thomas was missing out on that, so he got in there with the fun with this new rebrand. So yeah, essentially, these guys are now plastic, and you only get these guys on a set. If you want the diecast, you either have to buy them individually or on a pack. But yeah, I gotta say, the plastic Thomas, I really like it. I like how it's more detail. Apparently, like the normal Thomas doesn't even have that much detail on it. But yeah, no, like the detail on this one pops a little bit more. But I gotta say, it's really good. I really like the proportions. I like every other fan has said, I feel like another fan has brought this before. Thomas is sitting a little bit high in his chassis. It looks kind of weird, but you kind of get used to that. Yeah. The magnets. I think they're as strong as the diecast ones. Yeah, they're pretty strong. They're pretty neatly strong. Oh, okay. But yeah, there is Thomas, and I gotta say, he looks awesome. I really like the detail on these new diecasts. I like the fact that Thomas went back to being a little bit more skinny. Like it looks more better. It looks a little bit good to his like his actual sizing, or like his actual basis. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, and then we have Harold, the Kirkinator here. So look, I'm not gonna ramble on this one a lot, besides me saying that, you know, it's the exact same thing made out of plastic, because I already made a review on it, and yeah, it's the exact same thing. It's now plastic, and what can I say? Blades spin fantastically, and obviously the chassis in the bottom, their printer somewhere else. But yeah, this was Harold, and now, if you excuse me, let's go build this set so these guys can have a home to run into. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's finally done. So yeah, let's have Thomas and his friends move in here. What? Why are you guys judging? It's literally advertised in the box. See, Percy's on the crossing. He's under the bridge, and I'm doing what the advertisement is telling me to do. Okay, now, but in a serious note, let's go over some stuff that the manual mentions you can do with this set.
Step 1. Have Thomas go under the signal. Huh, that was pretty weird. Oh well. 2. Test out the ramp feature. I made it. Step 3. Lift up the bridge so Thomas can go under it. Normal train activities right here.
This is pretty weird and unnatural for a train, isn't it?
Step 4. The windmill feature.
Wow.
5. Have Harold land on the pad. 6. Hide and seek.
They won't find me.
I see you.
7. Parking slot.
What's up?
Hey.
8. The turntable. It's just a turntable. 9. The workman. Can you fix me up? No, fuck off. 10th. The fixing platform.
Whoa! Ow!
And final feature, the ramp.
Ow!
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is all the set has to offer. But what if we get rid of the diecast for a motorized? Let's do a run test, shall we? Over the bridge, crossing the train signal, and the windmill, which according to train play, you're supposed to do this while the engine is moving. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the motorized. Something that was advertised and that I've been wanting to test is the re-railing feature. It seems that the re-railing feature works better on straight track for what I've seen, but that doesn't stop me from trying it, so let's do that. Let's just get Thomas up the hill, and we're gonna, re-rail coaches. All right, let's try that again. Brother. Again. Well, it worked for one truck. Derailment, right here. Derailment. Alright. Derailment. Okay. Derailment. Okay, that was a little over-exaggerated. Derailment. I don't want to test this dumbass feature anymore. The question is, does it work for the diecast? Yeah, it does. And something that I forgot to mention is that every Thomas set comes with a extension adapter for your old truck so it doesn't go to waste, even though the diecast engines don't properly work on it, but it's okay, whatever. Oh yeah, and 1? What happened to getting 2? What's going on, Mattel? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Exploring Around Tidmouth Sheds train set. You can now get the set officially through Amazon. And yet again, the set, I think it's $20 or $35.99. I forgot how much it was. But it's a pretty good set. I recommend it. It's such a great starter set for anyone that's willing to get into Thomas. But yeah, I think it's great. The motorized engines, as you can see, they work great on it. And obviously, this set is more meant for the diecast. But still, the engines work amazing in this set. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. But we reached the end of the review here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. All aboard, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Wait, before I end the review, you can do this.